After ripping into a Christmas present, a 3-year-old girl picked up the toy and said, "Ooh, I've always wanted one of these ever since I was a little girl." I would say that little girl was embellishing a bit, wouldn't you? But I want to tell you about a perfect gift, one for which our heart has always craved. Do you want to know how it is the perfect gift? Just come with me on a little journey, and I will show you. The second chapter of the book of Luke begins with, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed." Then it goes on to describe the nativity story of Jesus being born in a stable, wrapped in swaddling clothes and laid in a manger. And it tells about the angels who appeared to the shepherds with glad tidings of great joy. But what if the book of Luke started with chapter 3, where Jesus is baptized by John the Baptist? What if the first 2 chapters of Luke had never taken place? What if the first we hear of Jesus was when he walked down to the Jordan River as a 30-year-old man and said, "I'm ready to be baptized and start my ministry"? What if we never knew of Jesus as a baby? How would that change our perception of God and his plan of salvation? What would we have missed? There's something inherently attractive about a baby. Their innocence and pureness makes you want to pick them up, squeeze them, and hold them close. A baby doesn't even need to be pretty for you to love the essence of innocence about them. However, when a baby grows into a child and their natural-born carnal nature begins to exhibit itself, it casts a shadow over the attractiveness of what they had at birth. But here is a gift from God. A baby named Jesus who grew into manhood, never losing his innocence. And this God nature in him is what attracted crowds of people to follow him. His unblemished love and words of wisdom from a pure heart brought hope and amazed the people around him. This influence which drew the crowds is also what motivated religious people of his time to put him to death. They were jealous of his power to present the pure, perfect love of God to the people. Think back of all the different ways people in the Old Testament had come into contact with God. There was Moses who met God at a burning bush. That would be magical, but also a bit scary. There were the Israelites who witnessed God at Mount Sinai by the lightning, thunder, and quaking of the mountain. Now that would be totally scary. There was the prophet Isaiah who experienced God as a burning coal of fire on his lips. Now that sounds painful. When King David attempted to bring the ark of God to Jerusalem, the oxen pulling the cart stumbled, and Uzzah, who was driving the cart, reached out to steady the ark, touched it, and died. Even David was upset at the perceived injustice towards someone who was trying to give God a helping hand. Then came God in the form of a baby, a pure, innocent, harmless, lovable baby. No wonder Simeon, that just and devout man in Jerusalem, when he saw baby Jesus in the temple, wanted to pick him up and hold him. I can just imagine him squeezing baby Jesus tight as he blessed God and proclaimed, "This is a light to lighten the Gentiles and the glory of thy people Israel." For sure, when we take the wrappings off of this heavenly gift and see the pure beauty of it and the hope of salvation it provides, we say without hesitancy, "This is what my heart has always craved." It is the best gift ever. I'm glad Jesus came as a baby and not just as a man. I'm glad we have Christmas. Hail the Well, thank you for watching this video. And let me remind you, if you haven't already done so, to click the like and subscribe button. Also, feel free to leave a comment below. And until we come your way with another podcast, this is Wayne Murphy with a very cheerful goodbye.